is the first time I've actually set up this whole thing without having sit here for like 30 minutes trying to set this up. This is amazing. I'm sorry if you can see the reflection in my glasses. I need these to see, I can't see. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. Today we are trying out 2 new products. The Colourpop No Filter foundation, and we because I'm so excited for this. We have Jaclyn Hill's The Vault, the whole thing, all 4 eyeshadow palettes. This was definitely, I have to say, this is definitely a splurge. I had my eye on this thing for a while and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I'm so, I can't, I can't believe that I actually have this. This is so crazy. Oh. Alright, let's get into it. I'm too excited. Alright, take these off so there's no crazy reflection. Glasses. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna try out is the No Filter foundation from Colourpop. This retails for $12. I cheated a little bit when I first got this. I actually swatched it on the back of my hand. I blended it out, but one thing I can say, it is super lightweight and it blended out so easy. It is very a little liquidy. It is a little liquidy, but I kind of like liquidy foundations. I don't know, that's probably weird, but I like how they feel on my skin. So you can see here there are 0.85 fluid ounces, which is below your normal 1 fluid ounce of foundation, but you know, it's fine. This is in the shade Dark 165. I am 100% positive. No. I think I bought the right shade. Oh, shade matching online, it's so difficult. My goodness. Like, I literally was looking at the foundations. Oh my gosh, it took me so long. It took me probably a month until I was 100% positive with this shade, because you can't return it if it's the wrong shade. So I really wanted to make sure this was the right shade before I bought it. So this is Dark 165, and we're gonna go in and apply this. I will do one side with a brush and one side with a beauty blender. That way you can have a good idea of how it blends. I'm gonna take this flat top foundation brush. Oh, and by the way, it locks. Right now it is locked. Unlocked. You can see that. Locked. Unlocked. Which is definitely, if you're someone who travels a lot, this is ideal. That way you're not getting foundation all over your things. You all know how annoying that can be. As you can see, look, it's like running. It's running down my hand. It's very liquidy. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I really hope this isn't the correct shade. There you go. Ooh, okay. Lose nothing. Oh, that's not. Oh, wait. Also, oh, that's interesting. It smells like the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. It smells exactly like that. Oh my gosh. Did I get it? Oh my gosh, wait a second. I can't tell. On the monitor, it looks way lighter. I got the right one. can't tell. I can't tell. Can say, yep, it's still blended out super easy. I just can't tell if I got the right shade. It certainly doesn't look like it. It's too light, is what it looks like. Well then. I think this shade's too light for me, y'all. Oh my gosh. I hate when this happens. Ugh, I hate when this happens. We're just gonna continue to go in. It blends out super easy. I'm not really having any problems with that. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is way. Look at the color difference. Look at this side over here. And then this side over here. I don't know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just delusional or something. Maybe it actually is my shade. Whoa, that's full coverage. It is very full coverage. I don't know if you guys can tell. Put the mirror down. I do have some darkness around here, around my mouth. And it did a very good job at covering that up. Nice. So now we're gonna go in on this side and use Beauty Blender. I'm gonna use this one from Morphe. Is it okay? Is it just me, or does anyone get really creeped out at how big these get when you wet them? It's so creepy. They literally start out and they're like this small. But anyway. I feel like the Beauty Blender blended it out way much better than the brush. Way much better. I don't usually use beauty blenders to blend out foundation, but I like this side way much better than the foundation brush side. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? It's the weirdest thing. I look here and it looks fine, and then I look there and I look crazy. I don't know, you guys. Okay, we're done with that. Oh, and the idea with this foundation is that it's no filter, which means like you take a picture, like you won't have to put a filter over it, because foundation makes it look like there's already a filter on your skin, that kind of thing. If anyone's watching this, leave a comment down below if you think this is my shade or not, because I really can't tell. You probably think I'm crazy right now, but I honestly, truly cannot tell. Okay, we're moving on. I don't think... Let me show you guys what happened. Okay, so the other day, I usually keep this on my dresser because I realized if I lay, this is my concealer by the way, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I usually keep it laying flat on my dresser because if no, not laying flat, but standing up on my dresser, because if I lay it flat, then like the concealer kind of leaks out, and then this part of it, like the rim of the concealer gets really dirty. So I stand it upright, and the other day I was like moving stuff around on my dresser and I kept dropping this, and And I was just like, if I keep dropping this is gonna crack eventually. Well, I dropped it for the last and final time, and that's what happened. It cracked. Luckily, there wasn't a huge mess on my floor, but it kept leaking out concealer because there was a crack in it. And I told my grandma, I was like, I don't know what to do. She like put saran wrap over it. So I put saran wrap over it. This isn't even my shade because it made me look really dusty, but I'm still kind of upset about it because this was $27. But yeah, that's what happened. I'm not going to be using this today though, because I've looked at myself in videos and found out that it does make me look quite dusty. So I won't be using this. I just wanted to show you guys what happened. Look at the little, there's like concealer all on the plastic. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's disgusting. Ew. Unfortunately, I didn't get the concealer or the setting powder, specifically because I was having a really hard time shade matching my foundation, as I mentioned before, and I didn't want to get all of that and have it not be my shade. Although I could have gotten the setting powder. Oh well, I'll get it next time. I'll review it in a different video. Anyway, where is she? Where is she? Next, we will be reviewing the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I'm so beyond excited to be holding this in my hands right now. Now I have something to admit too. I kind of cheated with this as well. On Instagram, I posted some pictures of me swatching some of the shades. So yeah, I cheated. I couldn't help myself. It was just sitting there waiting to be swatched, and I had to do it, so I did. I mentioned in that picture that I did have there were some shades that were really weird, but I don't think it was like to the point of not being workable. But for the most part, it's very pigmented. I don't think I swatched any particular palette. I kind of just was swatching a little bit of some of the palettes. So yeah, here she is. It comes with it's a little silver and white, which I love that. It's silver and white, and then it has little colored specks up here. This is so Jaclyn. I love this. I love this packaging. This is nice. And on the back, she has a message. I'm gonna read it. When developing the Jaclyn Hill palette, I created so many different shadows in my search for the perfect palette. Narrowing it down to just 35 colors was nearly impossible for me. There were way too many gorgeous shades to eliminate any of them. That is why I am so excited to finally show you guys the other shades that were in the vault. Same beautiful formula and pigmentation, but all different colors. It's like my palette had babies. I hope you guys love this collection as much as I do. So she's talking about the first palette she did with Morphe, which, little secret, I haven't tried that yet. I know that's bad. I will eventually though. Now, before we get into that, I forgot I need to prime my eyelids, so we're gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna go in with Clinique Beyond Perfecting 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. Now we're gonna go in with the highlight and contour sponge from Morphe. Also, there's something I want to talk about before we get into this palette. This palette has been controversial. I don't know if I would call it that, but for lack of a better word, as some of you may know, I think this vault was originally supposed to come out in July or August. I can't remember. But she pushed back the launch date due to some of the inconsistencies with the palette. A lot of people were getting them in PR, and either some were just patchy, some weren't blending that well. So she decided to push back the launch date and pull all of the palettes and make new ones, which, you know, I commend her for that, because she quite honestly could have just like maybe fix some of them and hope that the rest of them are good and that it's a good batch. But she didn't, because she knows that we're spending our hard-earned money on this palette. So I commend her for that, because not a lot of people would have done that. And it did cost them some money to do that, so that's awesome that they did that for us. And also, apparently there's been something about, like, maybe, or after she relaunches, some people were like, oh, I still got a bad batch or something like that. Something with V2, I think everyone was thinking was like the good palette, like the good batch, like the better version, but turns out they didn't have anything to do with anything. I don't know, I just feel like it's unnecessary drama, honestly. You have her right here. And you open her up. Comes in some little bubble wrap, so they stay nice and protected. And you take that off. It looks exactly like the front of the box, the white and silver. Like I said before, I love this. And right on this side is the 4 palettes. And here you have this little string right here. You can just kind of like, yeah, you can pull them out, and all the palettes come out like that. And voila! You have them. You guys don't know how excited I am for this. I've always wanted to try her stuff. This is awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna show the palettes one by one, what they look like. Okay, so you open it. First of all, there's a mirror. Yay! Love that. Then you have the little plastic to put over the shadows. This is the Dark Magic palette. I love this. See? You see? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's all messy because I swatched some of it. Oops. Oh, that shade right there. What's it called? Trickery. That one right there. And that green shadow right there. I love green shadows. I love green shadows. And I love glitter. Oh, that glitter. I remember when I swatched these, by the time, even though I swatched a couple, I had glitter like everywhere. Which, like I said, in my opinion, having glitter everywhere, it's the opposite of a problem. Honestly and truly. And this black, this jet black right here, it's not just black. Like, it has tiny specks of silver. And you also have, I just want to note this out, there's Dark Magic written on the side, so that way if it's sitting in the box, you need to be like, oh, I need this palette right here, this palette right here. You can just pick it out. You don't have to sit there and pull each one out of the box and open it to see which one it is. So there we go. Next we have Armed and Gorgeous. You open up, same thing. You have the mirror and the plastic to go over it. I love the color scheme for this. This is amazing. And the next one we have is Bling Boss. This is more pink and purple thing. I also really appreciate the fact she put mirrors in all of these. This is so convenient. I never understood, like, before, like, really getting into eyeshadow, when everyone said, it was like, oh, it doesn't have a mirror, and I was like, why is that such a big deal? But now I know. It's so convenient when a palette has a mirror. This is Bling Boss. This is so pretty. Pink and purple vibes. Ooh, and they do feel super creamy. Ooh, look at that. This is Gem right here I just watched. Last but most certainly not least, Ring the Alarm. I definitely have to say she really knows how to put colors together. This is amazing. Oh, that one right there. That one right there. What's it called? Lolly. That one right there. I love the shimmer. I also like, not like orange, like neon orange shadows, but I like the burnt orange, like alert over here. I like that one. Ooh, this one right here. This one right here. Yes, calling my name. Calling my name. I love that. I think I want to play in Bling Boss. Bling Boss, it shall be. So we're gonna take Sparks. It's like this red berry type color. First of all, very minimal fallout. There's always like a little bit of fallout with every eyeshadow palette. There's barely any with this, so that's great. I love the access, and we're gonna pop this into the crease. I just had to switch brushes. I think that brush had black in it, and it looked like the black was mixing in with that red, so I switched it. But when I did that, this brush picked up, well, first of all, that's a lot of pigment. It picked up a lot of pigment. They're very pigmented too. That blended out seamlessly. And I also love how, maybe this may not have been intentional, but if you see the mirror, it's like a perfect rectangle across the top. So when you're doing your eyeshadow, it's like you're focused solely on your eyes. Right now we're gonna take this purple right here, Rockstar. We're gonna blend that in as well. So far, I've not had any problems with this at all. The only problem, I think it's just because I switched brushes, but there's a lot of fallout now. But more with this one. With Rockstar, with Sparks, it wasn't that much fallout, but when I moved over to Rockstar, quite a bit. There was quite a bit of kick up, but in my book, fallout, it's not like a big thing unless it's to the point of annoyance. I don't really care all that much about fallout. Go in with Bling Bling, and we're gonna pop that in the center. Now, one thing I noticed, I did like a brief swatching of these because I was trying to decide what shimmer I wanted to put in the middle. Like Bling Bling, it's so weird. Bling Bling feels different from Glitz and Glam, and Glitz and Glam feels different from Ballsy. Like, you can definitely tell that these were pressed differently. Like, Pizzazz is a little more creamy than Ballsy. So yeah, you can definitely tell. I think she probably did that for a reason. Ooh. Holy moly! Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is blinding. I love that. You do not need any setting spray for this. That's incredible. Miss Jaclyn. Miss Jaclyn. Miss Jaclyn. You did that. You did that. amazing. I just can't. There's pigment. I had zero problems with the blending. Everything blended seamlessly. So creamy. These foils are blinding. Wow. Take this tapered brush here. I'm gonna go back in with sparks. And we're gonna put this on the lash line. I'm not gonna go all the way across. I'm just gonna stop midway. Alright, we're gonna go back in with Rockstar, which is the second one that we used. I'm just gonna go right over that. This is the completed look with the eye, with the lip. Now that I think about it, or like I'm looking at it, I don't really like the black with this look. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it looks okay, but I probably would have gone with like a nude or something, but I don't have a nude that would have gone with this eye, so black was my only option. But this is a completed look. Okay, the foundation. The only problem is that I'm pretty positive that that's not my right shade, but like I said, I honestly, truly cannot tell. I probably won't be able to tell until I go and look in an actual mirror later on. But I love the foundation. It's full coverage. It's not, it doesn't feel dry, like uncomfortably dry. It does feel very comfortable. It gives like a nice natural glow. So it's not a full matte. It didn't really cover up my beauty marks over here, but no foundation ever does, and I don't really care about that part, so. Colourpop foundation was a yes, a thumbs up for me. Loved it, absolutely loved it. I do recommend that foundation, yes. If you're someone, unless you're someone who just likes to be matte all the time, then this is not the foundation for you. So, just a heads up. Now, as for the Jaclyn Hill Vault, she did that, oh, I love the vault. It blended so amazing. It's so pigmented. When you put your brush in the product, you do pick up a lot of pigment. I didn't have any problems with the blending and blended just fine. It was very creamy, very easy to blend. So the vault receives two thumbs up from me. I love that vault. Okay, so that is it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. You know what this reminds me of? Ring the Alarm by Beyonce. Ring the alarm! I've been through this too long, but I'm missing another chick on your arm. That's what this reminds me of.